Cool. Okay, so welcome. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me live or listening to the replay. I'm going to have another live webinar tomorrow with a very special guest. She's one of my clients who gave birth to a beautiful daughter, Ivy, in November at the age of 47. So she's going to share her incredible story. I really encourage you, if you're in your 40s, to attend. You'll be inspired. You'll get some things that will be helpful for your journey, I'm sure. So if you haven't registered for it yet, I am going to provide the link for the registration right here in the chat for everyone. And then I will also include it in the email or the social media posts, wherever. Yeah, we've been promoting that, okay? So she did consent to allow me, oh, there's my light. She did consent to allow me to record it. So if you can't make it, there will be a replay. I wasn't sure when I sent out the message whether or not she would be okay with that. And she's great. She's an open book, which is one of the reasons why I asked her if she would be kind enough and to be generous enough with her time, you know, busy with the newborn and stuff. And she's an open book. She's willing to share anything and everything. And she's really a great resource to ask. Okay, you're not going to find very many people who are that open about their journey. If at any time during or after this call, you want to work with me and are ready to book a discovery call to see if we're a good fit, you can use this link that I'm going to put into the chat right now. So here we go. Schedule a so that link is to schedule a call with me. The previous link is to register for tomorrow's webinar, for those of you who are just popping in. For those watching this replay, the link is in the email or the social media post, whatever is appropriate. I just ask that please to choose a day and a time that you know that you can commit to and show up for. I'm reserving my time to talk with you, so please be considerate of that. You can reschedule or cancel after you book it. That's not a problem. You're going to get an email confirmation with a rescheduling and canceling link. Links at the bottom of the email. You can use that. It should be very easy, or you can just, I think if you reply to that email and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, can we reschedule? That's totally fine. Just give me a heads up. It's just courtesy. And if you are a no-show, you will not be able to reschedule, just because I don't have enough time to be able to accommodate that, and because I'm going to be closing registration for my program next Monday. Okay. In a few minutes, I'm going to lead you through a technique that I use with every single one of my clients. I love this technique. It is a visualization done in meditation, so you can start preparing for it by going to a spot where you won't be disturbed and is quiet. It can be somewhere in your home, or it can be outdoors, although it might be a little too cold now I think about it. We're in January. So wherever it is where you can feel that you're able to get calm and centered, because if you're distracted, it's not going to work really at all. Don't even bother. You just hang out with us during the visualization, or just listen to the replay when you can actually do it without disturbance. If you have kids, pets, or partners that are going to climb all over you, you'll want to close the door when it's time. You cannot have distractions. The more distracted you are, the less it will work. And this is not worth the effort, to be honest, because this is a very, very, very critical piece of moving forward. It has to be a very pure and clean shot. You can't be disturbed. Get an eye mask or a scarf or something to cover your eyes, and then have it ready. You don't put it on now. I'll let you know when it's time. It's helpful to block out the light so that you can see what's in your inner mind's eye more clearly, especially if you're in broad daylight, like me. It's daytime. So there's going to be too much light, and it doesn't give you as good of an experience as if it's completely blacked out with an eye mask or something covering your eyes. All right, so go ahead and get ready to get situated as I kind of talk you through what it is that we're doing, why we're doing what we're doing. And so to start with, I have been working with women towards pregnancy for 25 years. I've been doing this a long time, and it has been full time. It's not a hobby. This is my career, my job, my calling, whatever. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I know how to navigate this. I now focus solely on women in their 40s. A few clients are in their late 30s. And the reason is because your needs as a woman over 40 or over 35 are very, very, very different than that of younger women. And the difference is not the physical aspects, which is what everyone is telling you. Yes, your age is a factor. There's no denying it, but it is not as big of a deal as people are making it. It is not the main reason why you're not getting pregnant. The main reason why people are not getting pregnant in their 40s is because the internal landscape of what's going on inside your head. There is a lot of noise, a lot of chatter, a lot of distraction about why you can't get pregnant, which just does not exist in younger women in general. Most women don't think about the fact that they can't get pregnant. They just assume. In fact, in our 20s, we were actively trying not to get pregnant. That's how certain they were. So as you get older, that certainty starts to fade and it starts to get chipped away because of media, because of doctors, because of books, whatever it is. It's outside information coming in that's chipping at your confidence. And that's what needs to be corrected. And the reason why the success rate for women over 40 is so low is because it's not addressed at all, ever, in mainstream medicine. And that's why it's so low. It's not because you're not able to do it. It's because they're focusing on the wrong thing. They're not including that internal talk and dialogue. And so that's why my approach is so different, because it has to address the main issue, which is your doubt and your uncertainty. And that is the reason why I am so successful with women, with helping women over 40 get pregnant. I use manifestation. It is not woo-woo, it's not airy-fairy. I know a lot of people are like really skeptical about it. It's working with the energy, it's working with what you already have. I want you to understand that as you sit here today, know that you're manifesting this very experience. You're listening to me and you're listening to a very specific version of me. You're pulling that, the version of me that you're listening to, it's because you're manifesting it. So your entire life experience is your creation. It's not just about what's happening around you. It's about how you perceive it and how you react to it. Our experiences are completely 100% subjective. What you consider as success, happiness, or even a challenge, they're going to be perceived differently by someone else. Having a baby to you is your greatest joy, while for another person may be considered a burden. A baby in and of itself does not equate to happiness. If that were the case, every single parent on the planet would be happy, and that is not the case. It's because it's a subjective experience, and you have to understand that. That means that there's no single objective reality. Instead, reality is filtered through your unique consciousness, through your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions. That's the filter that you're looking through when you're experiencing life. And that's what needs to be shifted in order for you to be able to deliberately create what it is that you want. So much of this process of manifesting, it happens on an unconscious level. You don't think about it. Your reactions to life's events are usually just automatic. They're driven by the conscious, subconscious mind. There are patterns of behavior, patterns of thought, something that we've just kind of grown up with, and it just kind of became habit. So these unconscious responses shape your reality without you even being fully aware of it. When you become aware of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and that's what I teach, you can consciously shape your reality. In this case, manifesting and calling in your baby. You want to think of those thoughts, the beliefs, and emotions as the currency of your life experience. They're the resources that you already have to bring about the changes that you want. Just like an investor in the stock market who manages their financial assets by putting their stock in one company and another company, like they are very skilled at that, very strategic about that. You too can take control of your mental and emotional resources, which are often underutilized or completely even overlooked. And so this is a very, very deliberate approach. It's a very deliberate approach to managing your mental and emotional landscape. And it's to help to align your internal world with your external desires so that you have a heart, mind, body alignment. The heart is connected to your higher self. It's connected to universe or God, whoever is your higher power. The heart is directly connected to that and to your intuition. It has to lead the way so that the thinking mind and the body will follow its lead. However, for many of you, your mind is in the driver's seat and it's in conflict with your heart. On one hand, your mind is saying that it's difficult to get pregnant because of your age, your medical diagnosis, or your past history, because everyone is saying so. Whatever it is, whatever that narrative, that story is, your mind is soaking that up and it's believing in that, while your heart is yearning for the baby. And it's fighting the mind because it's like, I don't want to hear this. I want to believe in my baby and in my vision. They're in direct conflict. And because of that conflict, it's creating confusion in your body. So your body doesn't know who to listen to. So your body is going to default to listening to who is loudest and who is the most insistent and consistent with its messages. And for many of you, that's going to be your thinking, logical, rational mind. And that's where you get into trouble. So I am not negating the thinking mind. It's appropriate for a very specific reason. It is needed for you to experience life. It's just the viewfinder that you're looking through, but you're asking the thinking, logical mind to do way too many things that it is not meant to do. And so what I want to teach people is that it's your higher mind that will figure it out for you. All you need to do is plot the direction, the address of where you want to go to the higher mind, and the higher mind will lead you to it. I promise, if you let her. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start the manifestation engine by designing the key that fits into your unique engine keyhole. And we're going to turn the engine on. And we do that with a visualization. So this is an experience that will be different for every person. No experience will be duplicated by anyone. That's why it's important to have your own path to motherhood, because each and every one of you is different. Your situations are different. Your upbringing is different. Your partners are different. Your environment is different. So you have to follow your heart in order to create that path. Okay, and so we're going to start doing with the visualization right now. So if you're ready, go ahead and get into a comfortable position. You can sit or lie down. Generally, if you're a new meditator, I don't recommend lying down because you tend to fall asleep. So I would say sitting. This will take probably maybe 15 minutes-ish or so. So just make sure you're comfortable. You can recline as well. A lot of my clients like to recline and they don't tend to fall asleep in that position. And then at this point, cover your eyes with your eye mask or whatever you're using. If you don't have anything to cover your eyes, just close your eyes. I'm going to have you start by taking a deep breath in through your nose and filling your lungs with fresh, calming air. And then as you exhale through your nose or your mouth, doesn't matter, whatever you prefer, release any tension or stress that you may be holding on to. Intentionally let it go. You don't need it for now. Really, you don't need it ever, but especially now. So just be very deliberate about releasing that. Take another slow, deep breath in. Feeling the air filling your chest and abdomen. As you exhale, imagine any worries or thoughts leaving your mind and body. Keep breathing deeply and rhythmically in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. If you know how to breathe into your lower belly, that deep abdominal breath. Then bring your breath down past your chest into your belly, so that with each inhale, your belly expands, and with each exhale, your belly releases. If you're not familiar with this method of breathing, just breathe normally without trying to direct it anywhere. Now is not the time to learn it. So just breathe however is most comfortable for you. Allow each breath you take to bring in a sense of relaxation and calmness, starting to feel more centered and anchored into the present moment. And as you continue to focus on your breath, you may notice thoughts and emotions arising, and that's perfectly normal. Don't try to push them away, just acknowledge them without judgment. Imagine placing each thought or emotion on a leaf and letting it gently float down a stream, away from your awareness. So it's a very loving, compassionate relationship to your thoughts and feelings at this time. Return your attention to your breath whenever you find yourself carried away by thoughts or emotions. Your breath is your anchor to the present moment. And then as you continue to breathe deeply, you bring your awareness to your toes. Imagine a warm, soothing sensation spreading through your toes, relaxing them completely. Maybe wiggle your feet, wiggle your toes to get that sensation moving. Feel the tension melt away. Move your awareness to your feet. Imagine this warm relaxation moving up to your feet, releasing any tightness or discomfort. Your feet are now completely relaxed. Let the relaxation flow into your ankles and calves, soothing every muscle. Feel the tension in your legs dissipate as this warmth moves upward. Next, bring your attention to your thighs and hips. Allow the relaxation to gently flow into these areas, releasing any remaining tension. Your lower body is now completely relaxed and at ease. Now focus on your abdomen and lower back. Imagine the soothing sensation working its way through your core, loosening any knots or tension. Your entire torso is now relaxed and calm. Move up to your chest and upper back. Feel any tightness or stress in these areas melting away as the warm relaxation spreads through them. Bring your awareness to your shoulders as they become lighter, as any burdens or worries are lifted away. Your shoulders are relaxed and free. Now focus on your arms, from your upper arms down to your fingertips. Feel the warm relaxation moving through them, making your arms feel light and at peace. Finally, bring your attention to your neck, your face, the tiny muscles around your mouth and around your eyes. And the top of your head. Let go of any remaining tension in these areas. Your entire body is now completely relaxed, as if it's embraced by a warm, soothing cocoon of calmness. Now expand your awareness to your senses. Notice the sounds around you, whether they are near or distant. Be aware of the sensation of touch, whether it's the feeling of clothing against your skin or the air on your face. Pay attention to any scents or fragrances in the environment. Notice the play of light and darkness behind your eyelids. Take a few moments to embrace the fullness of your awareness, your body, breath, thoughts, emotions, and senses. You're fully present in this moment, grounded and centered. With your body in a state of deep relaxation, let's start visualizing your ideal scenario. Imagine yourself in a place that brings you the utmost joy and contentment. It can be the beach, the forest, your garden, a cozy room, or any place that resonates with you. You're just focusing on the scenario right now. You're not there yet. You're just creating the scenario. setting up the scene. Picture the sights, sounds, and sensations of this perfect place. Make sure it's a real place that you've been to or want to go to, not an imaginary place. Notice the colors, the gentle sounds in the background. The scents in the air. And then as you look around, notice the details. The gentle waves lapping at the shore. The leaves rustling in the breeze. Soft glow of candles in your cozy room. Whatever it may be. Immerse yourself in that environment. Feel the temperature, the textures, and the comfort of this environment. You're still setting up the scenario. You're still not there yet. Now bring in elements, people into this scenario that make you feel happy and fulfilled. It could be loved ones or pets. Your baby's not in this scenario yet, so it's already people in your life right now, or things in your life right now. Engage with them, feel their presence, and experience the joy they bring you. You have the scene set now. Now you're going to place yourself into the scene that you've just created. However, it's going to be you, pregnant in the last trimester. So you're about to give birth soon, very heavy, with your big belly. You might experience it in the first person where you're just feeling yourself in that pregnant version of yourself, or you might be seeing yourself separately as third person. And if you're seeing yourself separately, that's outside of your awareness, float into her, integrate into her, be in her body. And take your time to experience what it feels like to be in this pregnant body. Even if you've never been pregnant, you've heard the stories, you can use your imagination. Your belly's going to be heavy. There'll be movement from your baby. They'll be kicking, running their elbows, knees along your belly. Feel the tightness of your skin over your belly because it's so stretched. Your breasts are full and heavy, preparing for the milk to come. They're bigger, like they've never been before, and they've never felt so heavy. If you look down, you can't see your feet because your belly is so big. Move your hands to rub your belly, feeling the movement of the baby. Now open your awareness to feel what it's like when you're doing this, when you're in this pregnant version, rubbing your belly, feeling your baby move, feeling the physiological, physical changes in your body in response to the pregnancy. Open your awareness, your consciousness to this experience. Let the positive emotions and sensations fill you up completely, feeding every cell of your body with that light energy. Feel the gratitude and contentment wash over you as you bask in the beauty of your ideal scenario. I'm going to give you a few minutes of silence to savor this experience. Go as deep as you can. Feel it as real as possible. Let yourself get lost in the emotions, feelings, sensations. If you get distracted, bring yourself back to that scenario. And I'm going to give you 5 minutes to be in this state of being. If you're listening to the recording, you can be in it for as long as you want. Actually, I could correct myself, for up to 15 minutes, no longer. For those who are on with me live, it's going to be 5 minutes. Stay in that experience. And if you get distracted, bring yourself back to it. Okay, stay connected with that experience. And I'd like for you to ask yourself softly, either out loud or in your head, what am I capable of? And allow the answer to come to you unfiltered, accept it. Because that is the truth of who you are. When you're ready to return to the present moment, slowly start to become aware of your surroundings. Begin by wiggling your fingers and toes, gradually bringing your awareness back to your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Open your eyes when you feel ready, taking off the eye mask. And carry that relaxation and positivity from this visualization with you into your day or into your night, into your dreams. Hold on to it for as long as you can. I recommend that after this webinar, you also allow yourself to be in the afterglow effects of the visualization for at least 30 minutes or however long it lasts, so your body can process and integrate in the activation. Try not to go into do mode, into productive mode. Try to let it sink in. Give yourself that time to do so. Speaking of time, did you lose a sense of time when you were doing that? You should have, or many of you might have gone in deep enough where there is no sense of time. So the thing about that is that you're probably not aware of is that your body stops aging, stops physically aging when you don't perceive time. If your mind doesn't register time, your body will also not register time. And the reason is because time is an illusion. It's not real. In spirit, there is no time. There is only one moment, and that is the present moment. So linear time of past, present, and future, they're actually all happening at one time and one moment. So our mind, because of the physical dimension that we live in, creates linear time. So the more connected you are with time passing quickly, that you're losing time, your body will respond also accordingly. Whereas if you don't experience time in your mind, like in the meditation, your body will stop physically aging. And I use that side effect a lot with my clients. In fact, we actually deliberately reverse the aging process using that concept. And it is amazing. And that's why it works so well with women over 40. That's why the physical age really isn't that much of a factor if you don't let it be. If you let it be, then yeah, it's going to become a really big part of your journey. And so that's why I always tell people, just drop the age, drop the age, drop the age, drop the age. Don't make it a big deal, because however big of a deal you make it to be, it's going to be that big of a deal. Okay. So I'd love for you to share with me what you got in response to what am I capable of? When you asked that question, did you get an answer back? Did anyone get an answer back? And it's usually So what happens is when you ask those internal questions, those deeper questions, it doesn't even have to be deep, but any question, when you're like in that deep centered calm state in meditation often, or it can be out of meditation, then I lost my train of thought because I was looking at the chat. Shoot. I'll get to it. Maybe I'll get to it. Okay. Oh, I remember now. I remember now. Okay. So it is that first instinctual response, that first snap response. That's what you're going for. That is your higher self and your intuition. What often happens is that kicks in quickly, and then right after that is the thinking mind. It's like, no, and then it starts like, yeah, but this and this and this, right? It starts to create doubt almost immediately. So you want to go with what came to you instantly as a response. Maybe sometimes there's a delay, but usually it's pretty instant. So things like, yes, in response to what am I capable of? So yes, I can carry a baby full term. Your body, your higher self is telling you that. Believe it, trust it, take it to the bank, take it to the nursery, take it to the hospital. Trust it. What else? Anything came immediately, was another person. Exactly. Believe in that. Integrate that in. That's what I mean about like after this call ends, sit with that. Really get into that feeling of it. Connect with that. What else? Pregnancy and motherhood. Perfect. The response came instantly. Great. Everything. Awesome. Everything. Perfect. Oh, please, if you can turn your chat over to everyone, because sometimes it defaults to hosts and panelists, that'd be super helpful. Thank you so much. This way everyone else can see your response. Appreciate that. Yes, so it is that instant kick, that answer, that's what you go with. Believe that. You have to hold on to that, okay? That is, I can do everything. What's 5 hour? There's a typo. I'm curious what the 5 hours. I can do everything. Yes, exactly. That was your higher mind communicating to you, telling you what's possible. Any deep, heartfelt desire you have means you have the ability and the resources to get what you want. Period. Your higher mind sits on the mountaintop, able to see the entire vista, while your thinking, logical, rational, analytical mind is in the valley, only able to see the immediate surroundings. Your physical mind is only meant for you to perceive your experiences. It's like if you're deep sea diving, you put on a mask so you can see your surroundings clearly, more clearly. That's what your physical mind does. All it does is provide a lens, a way to view the world. That's it. Otherwise, you'd just be spirit, just floating around. You need the physical mind to get you focused into this 3D reality. But you're asking that mask, that physical mind, to do way more than it's supposed to do, than it was designed to do. It was not designed to do everything that you're asking it to, which is figure out how to get pregnant. All it's meant to do is to allow you to experience life, to see life, to perceive life. That's it. You're asking way too much of it. Okay? So higher minds on the mountaintop can see everything. What you want is your higher mind with its broader perspective to guide your thinking mind. Your logical mind is going to be like, well, taking a right here and taking a left there, it doesn't make sense. We should be going straight because that's a longer path. Your intuition, your higher mind's like, no, girlfriend, if you go straight, there's a snake pit. Oftentimes it's the doctors, I'm sorry, but there's a snake pit, and it may not be the snake pit could be the doctors. It could be your mind. It could be just media, whatever it is. If you go straight, there's a snake pit. But if you go right, there's a zip line. And then you're going to go to use the zip line. And then if you go left, there's a 4-wheel drive waiting for you. So the distance may be longer, but you'll actually get there faster. And it's going to be way more fun because I'm all about zip lines and 4-wheel drives. If you're not, just run with me on this metaphor. When I'm in LA, in Los Angeles, I use an app called Waze instead of Google Maps. The reason is because Waze is great because it sometimes will often direct me onto the side streets going through the local neighborhoods. So this way I can avoid the freeway, which can be a parking lot. Like the freeways are parking lots in LA. I don't know how you guys live in LA. That means the route may be longer, but I actually get to my destination faster because I'm avoiding traffic jams. So your higher mind is like Waze. It sees all of the side routes, right? The side streets that you can go onto. Your thinking mind is more like Google Maps. It's just the direct route, the shortest route. It sticks with the main freeways. That's pretty much it. It doesn't veer at all off the freeways. That's your thinking mind. So I want you to realize that there's a distinction between the higher mind and the physical mind. We need them to work together and for you to understand both of their purposes. They have different jobs. The higher mind is going to determine how. It already knows how because, again, it has the broader perspective. The physical mind, the thinking mind, is just going to experience life. Just like, oh, this is fun. Oh, not so great. Okay, check, check. Let's do something else. That's it. Okay, so you want both of them to work together. When you have them work together, you work as a whole person. You don't feel fragmented anymore. You don't have the tension. You don't have that fear anymore. It's because you have both aspects of you, which are both important, working together, aligned to one goal, instead of one going one way and the other going another way. Okay. So yes, thank you. I like to try to think of new analogies. That's a new one. How did your body feel? If you can share that experience as well, please let me know. And again, everyone's experience is different, so you're not trying to emulate or imitate anyone else. Just let your experience be your experience, okay? I like people sharing just because it's fun for me to see the vast variety of responses. So I love to see that. So how did your body feel when you were in that visualization, in that meditation? Relaxed, fertile, good. I can feel a baby inside emotionally, happy tears, happy, good. Calm and happy. So what was happening was that you were literally feeling your body change in real time in response to your desire, in response to that vision. Let me read some more. Feels alive, powerful, illuminated, perfect. Feels real, baby inside my womb. Exactly. Your body was actually trying to change at that moment. It was trying to physically change itself to accommodate that vision. That physical change was what you were feeling. The lightness, the expansion, it's usually like an expansion of your body, of your heart, of just everything, that lightness, your body was changing. That changes your DNA. You can physically change your body just with visualization. So what you did with the meditation was to design your own unique key to fit into the manifestation engine by creating your vision first. So you created the vision, and then you put the key in to turn the engine on. And what you did to turn the engine on was by feeling into the emotional experience of it. What happens with most visualizations, from what I've seen in terms of how it's taught, it stops at that first level, which is the design part, the imaging part, and that's why it's not always effective. And where manifestations or conscious manifestations are just accidental. It's like, oh, hey, that worked. It wasn't a deliberate, effect. So what you did is you activated the vision by really feeling into it. And that's why I want you to continue to feel into it after we get off the call, right? Let it really integrate into your body. So that was the first step. And that's the easy part. We just did that in a matter of really a few minutes. That was it. You don't actually really need to do it again. The next part is to sustain that vision and internal experience. That internal experience of it feels real, that the baby's inside your body, the aliveness, the power, the illumination, the calm and happy, the relaxed feeling, the fertile feeling, the happy feeling. That's the internal landscape that you need to be able to maintain throughout this process for however long it takes for your baby to come into the physical, for you to get pregnant. And that can take months. It might even take a year or two. So that's a lot more difficult to do because life continues to happen around you. And then you get knocked off because of the emotional roller coaster, right? And that's exactly what my Magical Mama program will do for you. It's to keep the engine running so you don't lose gas, or if some parts need repair, we fix it. It's not a big deal. We just do a little, auto shop. It's a 10-month program that includes 6 one-to-one sessions with me and weekly group calls. We're going to cover the basics, everything that you know about the nutrition, the supplements, exercise, lifestyle changes. We're going to do all of that, make sure that's covered to my standards, because I have different standards than others. So we're going to make sure that's covered. And then we're going to move on to the real core of the work. Because the nutrition, supplements, exercise, lifestyle changes, they're very important, but they are not actually critical to success for most people. So if you're also doing or considering fertility treatments like IVF, insemination, or donor eggs, I'll help you advocate for yourself so that you're doing the best protocol that's right for your body. Doctors tend to be very, very aggressive and heavy-handed with their treatment plans. And I can help you make more informed decisions so that you have the best chance of success. And that's usually creating a protocol that is not, that might go against what your doctor is saying, but you advocate for yourself in order to do that, because it's not usually pretty typical of what they do. Okay. Once you start working with a doctor, you're basically in a fertility jungle. And you can get lost and overwhelmed very fast, often from the very first visit. I've heard it time and time again. So, and really, really shouldn't be that way. Unfortunately, that's how it works for most offices. It can be a much better experience where you feel connected to yourself, and I'm going to help you with that. This really should be a fun, easy, and magical experience. I mean, the very act of creating a baby, it's magical. Your life should feel that way first to be able to provide the spark of conception. If you're feeling blah and depressed and just like blah, that's not magic. It's very hard to ignite that spark from that state of being. So you're going to have to shift into a different state of being. If you want to work with me, you can book your discovery call with me. Again, please make sure that you can be there. Registration closes on the 29th. I have availability this week, and I will add more if it's needed, and would love to work with you, at least talk with you to see if we're a good fit. I'm going to provide the link in the chat right now. If you have any questions now, or anything that you'd like to share, now is the time. Okay. So I hope that visualization should have been very powerful. It really should have lighted something up in you. If you didn't feel anything, or it was just like kind of meh, then I would say maybe just listen to relaxing music. When you're feeling grounded or centered, do it again. And then stay in it longer, up to 15 minutes, and that's it. You only need to do it once. That's all. Okay. You're very welcome. Okay. Any questions? You're welcome. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday. Have a great rest of your day or evening, whatever, wherever you are. All right. Take care. Bye. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye.